Good evening. 3 pilots are in hospital after being on hunger strike all this week. They're just part of the 400 pilots that have been agitating for almost 2 months. But does anyone care? The Minister of Civil Aviation, Ajit Singh, certainly isn't moved and has said he's not going to negotiate. Meanwhile, we've lost more than 500 crores of taxpayers' money. So where is this going? We'll ask all the stakeholders and some parents of pilots joining us in studio who've been petitioning the government in just a bit. Before we get to our expert panel, a look at the story so far. With the Civil Aviation Minister remaining unmoved, striking pilots have now petitioned the Prime Minister and UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi that may or may not be effective, but what's become increasingly clear is that the strike story is moving away from the front pages. They've been on hunger strike, but is it really effective? That's what we're asking on the show today.
The 53rd day of Air India pilots strike and the 5th of their hunger strike, still no end in sight to the deadlock. The government and the striking pilots have both stuck to their positions through the longest strike in the history of India. The striking pilots today appealed to Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh to intervene after the Civil Aviation Minister has repeatedly refused to talk to them unless they come back to work unconditionally. In a letter to the Prime Minister, the India Pilots Guild has said the Aviation Ministry and the AI management have failed to resolve the issue in 53 days and that the Prime Minister must urgently intervene in the prolonged standoff. 3 pilots on hunger strike were rushed to hospital after their condition worsened on Wednesday. This has prompted the parents of the striking pilots to also take to the street. The parents marched from Jantar Mantar to Air India House in Delhi in support of their children.
Mr. Ajit Singh is saying that the pilot go, they eat food, then they come back again. As a wife, I know my husband has not eaten 5 days. If anything happened to my husband and his colleague, he'll be responsible.
The pilots are striking for timely salaries and better career progressions after the Air India and Indian Airlines merger. They also demand that Air India reinstate over 100 pilots sacked since the strike began.
We've been trying to be reasonable right from the day one. We've told the management we're open for talks without any conditions. It's the management and the minister who's refused to talk to us.
But the Civil Aviation Minister has till now taken a tough line with the striking pilots.
पायलट की जगह कॉकपिट में है, स्ट्राइक पे नहीं है. उनको पैसेंजर्स को फ्लाई करना चाहिए, उनका एक्सपीरियंस है, अच्छा जॉब है, कोई इशू उनके है नहीं, क्यों नहीं वो काम पे आ जाते.
With no side ready to blink, the strike has already cost the cash-strapped airline over 500 crores in the last 52 days. NDTV Bureau Report.
Let me introduce our panel this evening. We have in studio Colonel Mahindru, Arun Kumar Mahindru. His son is a pilot and he's been petitioning the authorities today. Also Tausif Makadam, he's of the Indian Pilots Guild. He's been spokesperson for the entire agitation. Also joining us, Kanu Gohain. He's a former Director General of the Civil Aviation Ministry. And we also hope to have with us Captain Gopinath, the founder of Air Deccan. So if I can start with you, the parents have now, after so many days, parents have now got involved. You went and met the CMD of Air India today. What did he tell you?
Well, we told him that the strike is going on for so many days and what is he doing about it. And he said, I mean, he had the same stand which he had the first day, that they must join back, we will not take back all the pilots, we will take back a few. And then after
same
that,
things which the minister has been saying.
Yeah, same thing what the minister has been. Actually, I don't think so he has any, I'm sorry to say, but I don't think so he has any say in the matter. He just looks to be a spokesperson of the...
Who, the CMD?
The CMD looks to be just a spokesperson of the minister. Because everything he puts on the minister, okay, if he says...
Well, did you all try meeting the minister?
No, minister is not here. I believe he's in London.
Yeah, he left today.
Yeah. So, I mean, we couldn't meet him.
Are you now thinking, are you telling your son and the other parents, are you telling them that maybe one option is to perhaps call up the strike?
Actually, if you come to think of it, they've been together for 53 days and they have justified demands. It's not that demands are not justified. But the only reason why the strike is continuing is because the management is just not, doesn't look to be interested in finding a solution. Otherwise, where else will you find a strike going on for 53 days, the nation losing 500 crores and they are not ready to find a solution? Why can't they find a solution?
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.